Good evening. This is the regularly scheduled board meeting of the St. Charles Parish Housing Authority, Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. The time is now 6:01 p.m. I call the meeting to order. Will you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, our first agenda item this evening is a board review of our minutes from our May 30th, 2023 meeting. Is there any board discussion? Any comments or questions from the board regarding our minutes from the last meeting? And do we have a board motion?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
We have a motion made by Commissioner Woods and seconded by Ms. Jackson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That carries. Next agenda item is our financial report. Board discussion?
Yes.
Commissioner Woods.
Miss Yolanda. I saw that purple page in there, you know.
Yes.
It just has to be solved. Not having financials in this packet didn't start like within the last 30 days, so I get all of that. But thinking big picture and having been in the big picture of things, that not having financials timely, Mr. Chair, I just want to go on record as saying it's just at this point it's just unacceptable right now. I get big picture and understand where we are, so whatever we need to do to get current, I'm hoping at our next meeting we could be as close to current, if not current, as we can be. For me, it doesn't make sense.
Well, spoke with Anna today. As before, the holdup was closing out the books for the end of the year. And they sent it to me in bits and pieces. It was a holdup before with Ms. Hollis. So now she told me today she just had one more thing to do, and that's it.
Could you let her know that I'm just talking about just Commissioner Woods? I'm not speaking for the whole board right now, but it could be some motions could come up that I know you say the end of the year stuff, But my mind, because I've heard that one before. So my mind, when you say end of the year stuff, this is how my analogy. We know Christmas comes every year, and we prep and we prepare and we get things together to get through the holiday season. So with that, I'm trying to say is that we know that the end of the year fiscally comes up every year. It's nothing new. So to be proactive, and I know it's Anna, it's not personally you, but I guess I'm just saying the seriousness that so whatever it takes. I'm not going to beat this dead horse, but I would hope in 30 days from now that we have something tangible that we can deal with.
Now, we'll pressure them to have something for next month.
Or you know,
I mean, all I could do is
there are accountants out there, and I'll say they did well when we first hired them. That first quarter, remember, everything got. I couldn't believe that we were right month by month, and 8 months, almost a year go by, and that's just nothing now. And for the last 6 months, this is what you have been telling me.
I'm only going by what they're saying.
Okay, all right.
Well,
Sending them what they need.
and Ms. Prevost, I can certainly appreciate that, but I have to second what Mr. Woods is saying. I mean, you know, they're talking about an end of fiscal year, which ends in September, and we're now in June of the following year. We're literally coming into the final quarter of a new year, and we haven't had financials, which one of our primary obligations as a board is to review financials. And we're hiring this consultant to do this work, and they're literally, at this point, coming into being a year behind in getting us the reports we need. So their contract is going to be reevaluated. They need to be on the ball.
I'll let them know.
Appreciate it.
You know, because sometimes I just imagine, and maybe I think too much, but I knew that we get our checking account reports, monthly reports. We get those every month, and you can see, hey, you got a couple of $1 million. Then my mind tells me, yeah, but when all the financials catch up with the current balance I'm looking, that could possibly just all disappear, because we don't know what our financials look like technically for the last 6 or 8 months. That's just where my mind goes. But anyway, I'm not going to beat that dead horse anymore, but I would hope in 30 days that we have something in front of us.
It's long overdue.
Yes, I agree totally.
All right, any additional comments by the board? All right. Moving on, VMS report, board review. Any board discussion?
Anything out of the ordinary in here? Did we
Pretty much
increase
the
or
same.
lose any vouchers?
We have increase. Whereas before we had like 199.
Okay, I'm not looking at that now. Is
Now
that
we have 220.
220, okay. That is a good thing. This is where our MENOR comes into play in this report. That ever elusive number.
We'll have that information for you next meeting, where it comes from.
Mr. Chair, do you need a motion to
Yeah.
accept this? Mr. Chair, I move that we accept this VMS report as presented.
All right, we have a motion made
Second.
and seconded by Ms. Jackson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That carries. All right, the next agenda item this evening is administrative reports. We'll be dealing with low rent update and the HCV program update. Ms. Prevost.
Low rent,
Can I ask something right quick? Could we, just trying to figure, we got some new faces with us. I guess I'm just gonna ask.
well, I was gonna do that after.
That's coming in. You get into that? Okay, all right. Yes, ma'am.
Low rent, unit report, total units, 129, units leased up, 47. Total amount of rent collected for May, $13,819. ACV end of the month report, for port out searching, we have 6, 2 from Atlanta, 2 from Jefferson, 2 from St. John. Port out leased up that we're paying, 2 from St. Bernard, 4 at St. John, 1 at Harris County, and 1 at Wichita. Port is leased up billing, 1 in Jefferson and 3 in Kenner. Port is searching for housing, 3, 1 from Kenner, 2 from St. John. End of participation, 1, voluntary termination. Payments as of May 31st, 2023, $198,190.43. $183,933 in HAP, $3,840 in URL payments, $5,867 in outgoing payments, $1,894 in incoming portables, $347.43 in admin fees, $2,309 for other months. Nobody was removed from the wait list. I put in the wrong spot. It's under where board resolution, the resumes of our 2 new employees. You want y'all staff? That's Beverly Bourne and Cindy Johnson. Y'all can tell them, give them a little on your background.
If you want to turn the microphone on so it has a green light instead of red.
Hi, my name is Cindy Johnson. Actually, I don't need a mic. I've been with Housing Authority for 27 years. I'm actually transferring from Kenner Housing Authority to St. Charles Housing Authority. I know from collecting rent to work orders to public housing, work orders, maintenance, all the HUD reports, PIC, basically everything about the Housing Authority.
Awesome. Nice to meet you.
I'm glad to be on board.
Thank you, welcome.
My name is Beverly Bournes. I'm a housing specialist 3. I've been with doing housing now for approximately 10 years, something that I truly do enjoy. I prefer doing housing assistance with the low income instead of doing HVC. I like to do, I like public housing.
Yeah.
I love public housing. I enjoy my elderly more than anything.
Okay.
Awesome.
And this business is like a calling for us anyway, yes.
Did you say your name was again?
Cindy M. Johnson.
Cindy Johnson. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Yep. Oh. Mr. Taylor.
We have a 3-bedroom unit that's online for Mr. Can't say his name, Mr. Hill. Yeah, Mr. Hill. We also have a 1-bedroom unit that's ready. The AC guy came out and finished off Ms. Hollis' wish. Her last wish was for us putting the ACs in. 34 of the 47 tenants accepted the AC unit, so, she'd be happy with that. And all of them are installed. We have a couple of people, having little glitches, but we're in the process of taking care of that. We spoke with the contractor today. He will be starting on the 14 units, hopefully next month. And he's also aware of what we had talked about, and he's willing to do that also.
Okay.
All right, sir.
All right, that sounds good. Ms. Prevost, do you have anything else?
Yes, want to discuss these scores.
Can
Okay.
I ask him something? You said something about some people did not want air
Yeah, there were
conditioners.
13 residents that refused it, yes, sir.
So how did we cover ourselves?
We had a form where they checked where I declined a unit, and they signed it.
Or they accept the
Yeah,
unit?
or they accepted. Either way, they had it on the form, and the ones that declined it, they checked it.
Okay.
There was some that declined in the beginning.
Is
and
it
came
just because
back
they
and
have
changed their
units
mind.
already? I mean, I'm trying to figure out why a person
Yes.
would not want to be
They,
cool.
they either had units or they didn't want the increased utility costs, whatever the reason, we said if they were gonna decline it, they had to sign
They did, and
a
they
waiver.
did sign, yes. Those that accept and decline, we have them on file.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, we just got these, what is it called, fast scores?
Us.
Fast, and, I believe this is from, I'm more than sure, this is from that REAC inspection.
From the
From
previous.
20 Yes, and we're working on this, so by the end of next week, all of this will be done. Hopefully, I'll be able to get into PIC and REAC to submit
To
it.
update all the information, okay.
Okay, because this was really had me started looking and thinking.
Yeah, we hadn't had a new REAC inspection, I think since what, 2020?
Since then,
Yeah,
Well,
that
now,
was the
now
last one.
according to this document, this is our status with HUD right now. What's on this paper is our status with HUD.
like I said, next week, all of this will be completed.
Now, when you say all of this is going to be completed,
We done did the electrical work already, where the plugs need to be covered.
but looking at this report here, it's more than that. It is something that we just had a discussion about financials. We actually got a 0 in financials. Out of 25 points, we got a 0.
When was our last REAC inspection, do you know? That was,
This said 9/22, but I remember seeing
9/30/22. This,
nobody out since before Ida.
For
huh?
Ida, right,
well,
correct.
it says fiscal year ending 9/30/22. It says report date 6/23/2023. So according to HUD, this is who we are in their system.
right, but we have not had a new REAC inspection, I think it's been since 2020.
Yeah, somewhere
So-
up in there.
But what we're doing right now is we're updating Ms. Prevost access to e-locks and PIC and other systems. And I've also had to have my system access updated as well. And in the process of doing that, we asked for the updated scores, correct?
Yes,
And
Well-
so
When you say updated scores, what they gave us was what's currently in their system.
that's the last inspection. So we've already begun working on fixing those issues from the last inspection, which I believe and was actually in 2020. But when Ida came, we were due for another inspection, and it was not done. But what happens with the HUD systems, they update the dates because you have to have something to fill in every blank. And so the scores are a carryover. I'm almost certain.
So, again, I get all of that. And what I'm hearing Miss Yolanda saying that as far as some of the physical things, she's going to be able to put in whatever documentation to maybe
Right.
increase that score. Our financials, which we already had a conversation about, that's at 0 out of 25 right now. What is Miss Yolanda going to put in the system to fix that in a few days?
I'm not gonna put anything. Anna will be submitting it.
Okay. And now it says management also, we got a 0 out of 25. Which, I don't know what all the details are, but I did get an email through Andy on this. That's was my alert. And I guess where I'm going with that is, gosh, I lost my train of thought on that one. Oh, okay, I know where I was going with this. You said there's a way for you to go into the system and search. I guess my question is, going into the system, can you find the details that go with these numbers? Why did we get a 13 out of 40 on physical? What did they, is you telling me it's in this paper that you
That's
handed
it.
me here?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't have that earlier, okay. So that will tell me why physically we got these numbers, why financially we got the score that
not
we did.
financially, but the physical.
This is the physical assessment.
So,
So the financial, it has a different scoring model.
okay. Th-
And they will tell you, we can get a breakdown of.
I guess
how they score.
that's my question then. I can understand.
When every time they do a REACT, they do email the authority, or not email, they mail the actual report that shows our full score. So that was probably done back in 2020.
Yeah.
So we'll locate a copy of that because it'll have the full report, and you were probably given into it in a board packet at the time. But we've had Ida and,
So, but usually when we do this, haven't we been submitting some kind of corrective action plan or something or whatever? And I guess I'm saying financial, I think I can put my head around how we correct that once we do it. But this management that we got a 0 scores, 0 out of 25, what were those management issues they identified, and what corrective action are we?
Sir, management is also tied to financial. Management and financial is the same thing, all that, scores you on. And that physical, what you all have, it is accurate. If once we close out those deficiencies, then they may revisit us and score again. But those, 5 scores are accurate as of now.
Right.
It's not from 20, it's not from any.
Mhm.
They're saying someone have not come out. Someone had to come out because they wasn't
They
able
have-
to give you those scores.
No one has
Cannot
been
make
out.
that up.
No
Bill,
one
you
been
all
out.
may not be aware of it.
They can't come on the
And
site
they
unless
can't-
we know
HUD
about it.
HUD can't override, make
They're-
scores for 1 year if it's not there.
but
That would be illegal for HUD.
they have not re-inspected since
No.
prior to COVID.
This stuff is due in 24 hours or due immediately after. So someone came out, they didn't come out in 20, they came out in 21. But
They
what it
came
is
out
that
in
it was
22.
never- Yes, it was never corrected. And you have to correct that stuff within 24, anything with wiring and electrical.
Right.
Has been corrected in 24
And the
hours.
electrical's been
And
corrected.
anything would have been corrected right after that. If it's been corrected, we need to just go in the existing system, put it in there, and then HUD would probably revisit our score. But the only reason why we fail is because it was not submitted to HUD. If it would have been submitted, we probably would not have that scoring file. We just need to upload, that's when Shalonda was telling, she's gonna go in the system, upload it, we're gonna send our proof that we have all the documentation, we have all the work orders and everything that we need. She's gonna upload it in that system. Once she uploads it, we do that score.
Okay,
Once I'm given access.
Yes, she need access.
well, I think that's easy curable.
Not really.
Not like you think.
No, it's not.
It's not usually.
This has been, since we appointed Ms. Prevost as interim director, we've been working on getting the paperwork to HUD to get her access, and it has to go through an entire process.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
And we are working on this.
I got you there.
Both her and I are locked out of locks right now as they update, yes.
Okay, and I'm gonna think then HUD should be aware of, again.
They are.
They are.
They're
That
aware.
you're out of it. But in the meantime, the reality for us is, this is how HUD sees us.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there is some corrective action in place.
Yes.
I know now we have even more reason to stress to our financial folks why we need them. They're causing us to fail.
Right, correct.
Okay, let them know how
Said I
how,
called Anna today.
how serious, and then Mr.
Told
Chair,
me
if
she'll
you
have
need to make
everything
some
together.
direct contact to financial, I'm gonna suggest that we do that also.
no, absolutely, and like I stated earlier, their contract,
I understand.
Okay,
I'll let them know.
again, not gonna beat this, I'm not say dead horse, because
I
we
mean,
are-
the reason
are
we hired
alive,
that
but it's-
consulting firm was to alleviate some of the issues we were having and to hopefully increase our financial score. And instead of increasing it, we don't even have a report, and it decreased our score.
And I calls every week.
Well, if we, anyway,
And we need to follow up, do this too, when you call them, let's follow that up with an email and CC the board on it, so that way we have a paper trail, and it's not just, their word against ours as to what follow-up we're doing.
Will do.
Okay. Just looking at in your low rent report from May 31, because part of our problem too is our occupancy rate. They say we're at 40%, and it looks like we're not getting any credit for the vacant units that supposedly were in mod and.
But once those 14 units are completed and are leased out, that should improve our occupancy rate.
So as of today, the vacant units that we have, the 81 that you're saying, we have 81 vacant units. Are they in some mod program, or HUD just looking at us where you have 81 vacant units and that hurts your
We have
occupancy
one
rate?
that's in mod. Because they weren't put in mod back in the day,
You got hurt.
last year, they say that we can't put them in there.
Okay. So until this conversion thing goes through, we're going to get bad occupancy scores.
Yes. Well, like I said, when we get to 14, that will improve it some. But as far as, because they say we should have did a disaster, put them in disaster, and they didn't put them in disaster. So we done lost out. She told me we can't put them in mod.
Can I ask a question then? I'm looking at, on the units vacants, we have 81, then mod unit 0, but I'm looking at units in Desalmans and mod. We don't have anything in Desalman that's being modernized. But I understand that. Then why am I looking at 5 units in mod?
The only thing that's in mod is unit 98, which is in Hornville. Nothing else.
Okay, I guess I'm just going by this list you have in front of me. So when I see mod unit 0,
Yeah, mod unit 0.
and then if I see under that unit 2 in Desalmans, unit 3 in Desalmans, unit 5, there's no correlation to mod units to what's listed under it?
As I said, the only unit that is in mod is unit 98. All the rest of them, the empty ones are not.
Even if they were previously, they've expired out of mod.
Expired, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Just trying to digest the information in front of me.
All right, moving on, now open for public comments. 3-minute time limit for individuals to speak for public comments. Seeing no one here, we'll move past that to board resolutions. There's several resolutions before us this evening. Ms. Prevost, do you want to give us a summary of what we have before us this evening?
Resolutions. Resolution 1 is updating the admissions and continued occupancy policy to implement the HOTMA, I think it's called, which is income limits. Something new HUD has implemented that truly goes into effect the first of the year, but one part of it went into effect this month, the 24th. That was something also that they told us when they came out.
Okay, so Resolution 23-06-27-01 is a resolution of the St. Charles Parish Housing Authority Board of Commissioners updating the admissions and continued occupancy policies to implement public housing over income limits. Is there any board discussion revolving the resolution 23-06-27-01?
You're saying we're adding something to our policy. Is there any wording to go with this? Like, what are we adding? Exactly what's the wording to what we're adding?
It's called HOPMA. It's the change in income limits on what a tenant can qualify for to be on the programs.
And I believe there is a supplement.
Yes.
I guess my question was just that for whatever we're adding, where is that information or where is the wording? What exactly? I mean, I know why we're trying to do it and what we're doing, but I guess I don't see the
It's
verbiage.
the Housing Opportunity Through Modernization Act of 2016. So it's in line with HUD policy.
In that first page, the forward paragraph. I'm one line to that.
I guess only, I mean, I'm gonna support this. I understand why, but I was just gonna hope moving forward that if we're gonna add something to a policy or make any changes, that the verbiage would be with the resolution.
If we could have like when HUD makes a change in regard to rule,
Send it to you.
then if we could just have that supplement, it doesn't have to be part of the resolution, but as a supplement to the resolution to guide the board's.
Just to be able to
Instruction
read
for
what we're
future.
changing and just what we're doing. Yeah, that was, I get what we're doing and why, but it'd be just nice to just read the verbiage.
Okay. So do we have a motion from the board regarding resolution 2306-2701?
Mr. Chair, I move that resolution 2306-2701, a resolution for St. Charles Parish Housing Authority Board of Commissioners updating the mission and continued occupancy rate policies to implement the public housing over income limits be accepted.
All right, thank you.
Second?
And we have a second by Mr. Woods. All in favor?
Aye.
That carries. All right. Our second resolution is Resolution 2306-2702, a resolution of the St. Charles Parish Housing Authority Board of Commissioners approving implementation of the Housing Choice Voucher Home Ownership Program. Ms. Prevost, do you have any background for this?
I'll send y'all that too, but homeowners is where they can be on a program and buy a house. And for so many years, the Housing Authority helped them with their house, trying to get more people to become homeowners. But with this program, this is helping the tenants become homeowners.
Okay.
All right, any board discussion regarding Resolution 2306-2702?
No.
Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve Resolution 2306-2702, a resolution of the St. Charles Parish Housing Authority Board of Commissioners approving implementation of Housing Choice Voucher Home Ownership Program.
All right, we have a motion made by Mr. Woods and it's seconded by Ms. Jackson. All in favor?
Aye.
That carries. All right, Resolution 2306-3003 to open an HCV admin fees bank account with First National Bank. Ms. Yolanda, you just want to tell us a little bit about the purpose of the admin fees bank account?
Okay. With the admin fee, a separate account for the admin fees and the HAP, you're not supposed to commingle the money. So all of the money that's in the HAP is supposed to go to just HAP. So that's why,
Wow.
Yeah, this has been a long-term discussion of the board.
I'm saying wow because, yeah, as you say, Mr. Chair, it's something that we had a discussion on for a while. So, good.
I'm
Okay.
glad to see this change being made. Do we have a?
So it will have its own account at this point. Very good.
Yes. Do we have any further discussion from the board or a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept Resolution 2023-023-0630-03. I'm reading that right?
I think it's a typo. It should
Yeah.
be 2023.
Okay, there we go. Gotcha. Now I'll start this over. I move that we approve Resolution 2023-0630-03 to open an HCV admin fees bank account with First National Bank.
All right, we have a second?
I second it.
All right. Resolution 2023-0630-03. It was a motion made to approve by Commissioner Woods and seconded by Ms. Jackson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That carries.
and in the back is just the revenues. Let's see.
And this is not resolutions back
That's
there,
all,
correct?
no.
This
The
is-
other one is the wait list advertisement. In
Okay.
case y'all know somebody.
All right, yeah, and then you're supplying, okay, for the record, I see it. All right, awesome.
Mr. Chair, just for anybody listening, would you read at least when it's gonna be opened and?
Sure. St. Charles Parish to open Housing Choice Voucher Program and Public Housing Waiting List. St. Charles Parish Housing Authority will be accepting applications online for its Housing Choice Voucher Program, HCVP, and Public Housing Waiting List. Applications for HCVP will be accepted beginning 8 a.m. on Wednesday, July 5th, 2023, until 4:30 p.m. on Friday, July 7th, 2023. Applications for public housing will be accepted continuously online beginning at 8 a.m. on Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. The online application for both programs will be available 24 hours per day. Applications must be submitted online at http://www.waitlistcheck.com/LA3233. The time and date of receipt of the application online, along with preferences, will determine position on waiting lists. The Housing Choice Voucher Programs helps very low-income households with rent payments. To qualify, annual gross household incomes cannot exceed one person, $28,700, two persons, $32,800, three persons, $36,900, four persons, $41,000, five persons, $44,300, six persons, $47,600, seven persons, $50,850, eight persons, $54,150. All applicants will be screened for previous violent or illegal drug activity.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
One more time to get it out to the public.
All right. Are we going into executive session this evening, or any further board discussion?
I'm probably just gonna, I'm sure, as the next few days go on, I'm gonna probably be in contact with Miss Yolanda, just
No problem, I'll be there
following
for
up
you.
on, following up on financials and these FOS scores. Just, again, just to get us in good standing. We were doing great and in better
That's my goal.
places. And right now, I don't like that HUD thinks that this is who we are. And that's all my concern is.
All right, if there's no further discussion from the board, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chair, I move that we adjourn the meeting.
All right, we have a motion made by Commissioner Woods. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Second by Ms. Jackson to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That motion carries. Time is 6:41. We are adjourned.
I want to see that picture.